Welcome back to Self Defense 360. I'm Sam. I'm here with my assistant today. Today I want to go over some really basic defenses against Haymaker style attacks. Now, I understand that's kind of a weird way to phrase that, but it's really just the motion. So anyone who would be coming at you from this direction and an overhand or large arcing strike, that would be a Haymaker style attack. So let's say it's a stab, let's say someone's trying to hit you with a baseball bat or club or pipe, or they're just trying to punch you in your average tough guy way, right? It's a pretty basic and very universal movement, and defending against it is actually pretty basic as well. It just takes practice, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. So the basics of defending against a Haymaker style attack is pretty simple. You come out and up with a blocking and possibly grappling arm, either side, doesn't matter, whatever side the attack's coming from. The other side, you're actually going to be stepping into your attacker and start striking at soft points with hard points. So the nose, your chin, the neck, your chin, you can even come under, little 5-on-2 action. Doesn't matter. The point is to hurt and incapacitate your attacker as quickly as possible, and keep yourself from getting hit with the attack. So you're going to do both things simultaneously. So it's going to look a little something like boom, boom, boom. You can even throw a knee in there. Block with both hands, grab the shoulder, hit him with the knee. Alright, I'm going to do a little demonstration for you. Assistant, if you may, would you like to be the attacker or the attackee? What? Okay. You're just going to throw a punch? So first I block against the punch. Alright. Next I come in and I hit to the neck, and from here I'm in a position to grab hold of them and strike the groin with the knee. Alright. I've just done a lot of the damage to them, and they really haven't gotten much out of me. Alright. Let's try it from the other side so that you can see it. Ready? Boom. Hit to the neck, grab, knee to the groin. Alright? That actually covers a couple different moves you could do in a combination. Okay, so to build on that Haymaker style strike, I'm going to bring in my assistant with a club. It's a collie stick, but it'll act in place of a club or a pipe or anything like that. I'm also going to incorporate a throw, because honestly, 9 times out of 10, if you can put your opponent on the ground and you're standing over them, you've usually won the fight. They might get back up, but you've usually won the fight. So I'm going to show the same attack, same defense, and then I'm going to incorporate a throw into it. Alright? Ready? Yes. Knee, throw. Obviously I was gentle with that one because I'm not trying to hurt her, but it's effective. And one thing I did that I didn't show you before is instead of coming up with an elbow, I came in with like a ridge hand. I actually hit her with my forearm. So one more time. Boom. Knee, throw. Now you want to make sure for that throw that you get their center of gravity off balance by stepping behind their hip and maintaining your balance. If you're back, then they're just going to throw you. You have to be forward and have them off balance. That's why I grabbed her arm and her shoulder. Alright? From there, I can actually use my arm to push her head, and from there I'm controlling her entire upper body in the opposite direction of her lower body. Okay, so one last caveat to the Haymaker style attack. Now, Haymaker style attack is basically anything that comes from the outside in an arching angle in. So it can actually be a stab from underneath or a stab from above if a knife is involved. In my experience and from the teachings I have received, which I will admit I'm not a knife expert. However, I have been able to effectively defend myself against a knife attack before. I'm going to show you what worked for me and what I feel was the most effective and simple technique to use. I'm only going to show you the one because I want to keep it simple and not complicated, just in case there's beginners out there. So without further ado, here's a demonstration. First thing I want you to do is come underneath. Alright, ready? Boom. Alright, from there, I want to bring her arm out. I want to go under and go behind her. Right there. Now from there, I want to maintain control of that arm at least long enough to break the knife out of her hand. She will probably escape after that, and she will probably escape to begin with, but it's at least while I'm continuing this fight, I'm not continuing this fight against someone with a knife. So, from the other side, boom. It's also known as an X block, and you can do it that way by forming your hands into an X and putting them in the path. However, I prefer just to have a 2-on-1 on their wrist and forearm. I come out, under, here, and then I break the knife out of their hand, however it is. If I'm able to get control of that knife, great. Next, I want to show it to you from overhand. One thing to note is most men will attack straight or from an underhand position. Most women, statistically speaking, will stab from an overhand. But you never know who you're going to fight. Ready? Boom. See, I'm still using that same blocking technique, and I'm using it to block before the knife onto her forearm and get control of that limb. So as soon as I block, I'm going to grab, bring it out underneath, and then break that knife out of her hand. Whenever you break a weapon out of their hand, you want to make sure you hit at the back of the hand and bend the wrist in at an angle. So when defending against a person with a weapon, in any sort of Haymaker style attack, as I've been calling it, you want to make sure you interrupt them before they get to you. If they have a knife, don't go for the knife, but remember, you are going to get cut. It's nearly unavoidable. There's no movie magic that can be done to avoid it. But being cut on the arm, even if it's bad, is better than getting stabbed or worse. So make sure that when you're doing the block, when you're doing the strike, if you're seizing control of that limb, you're probably going to get hit. You're probably going to be in a little bit of a tussle. But the key is to make sure you remain in control of that limb in order to get the weapon away from them before it can do you any real serious damage. As always, I prefer that you avoid a fight like that at all costs. Life doesn't always work out that way, so I want you to have options. Thank you for joining us today on Self-Defense 360. Like, share, and subscribe if you like the video. If you have any requests, please let me know. Until next time.